Today we will be studying about motional EMF or motional electromotive force. So what is this motional electromotive force? The EMF induced in a conductor when it is moved perpendicular to the magnetic field is called as motional EMF. Let us do a small derivation on motional EMF. Let us consider a rectangular conductor P, Q, R and S. Let Rs be equal to L and Rq be equal to X. Okay. PQ conductor is allowed to move freely with a speed V. Okay. Now, this rectangular conductor is placed in a magnetic field B, which is perpendicular to the plane of the paper and into the paper. So if my thumb is magnetic field, it is into the paper. This is the direction of the magnetic field. So I will draw it as X. The direction of magnetic field is into the paper. Same way I have represented the direction or the diagram over here. PQ RS rectangular conductor, V is the speed with which PQ is moving and other markings are as it is. Okay, we already know that magnetic flux is given as BA cos theta. A, area of a rectangle is given as length into breadth. So let length be equal to L and breadth be equal to X. The angle between B and A, theta, is 0 degrees. So cos 0 is nothing but 1. Therefore, magnetic flux is BLX because cos theta is equal to 1. Now, if I say the conductor is moved towards its left, okay, say some position over here. Now, X has definitely changed. So we speak about a changed magnetic flux. A change in magnetic flux will induce an EMF. This induced EMF, I'll consider the magnitude. Okay, so d phi B by dt. This is the relationship between induced EMF and magnetic flux, which we have already studied. I'll substitute magnetic flux value d by dt of BLX. B is constant, L is constant. The only factor which is changing is X. So I'll write it as d by dt. I'll take out BL outside X. So what is dx by dt? It is nothing but our speed, which we have studied last year. This is our derivation for motional EMF. Now let us find the expression for induced current. So the direction of the current is given as P to S, S to R and R to Q according to Fleming's right hand rule. Okay, so the current is induced I. Now this current, the relationship between current and EMF is given as I is equal to epsilon by R, where R is the resistance of arm PQ. Okay, we are neglecting the resistance of other conductors. We are considering only resistance of PQ. We have already figured out epsilon or EMF value. EMF is given as BLV. So I will be equal to BLV by R. Let me call this equation as equation number 1. There is a force experienced by this conductor. The magnitude of this force is given as F is equal to BIL, which you will be studying a little bit later on. Okay, now here B is as it is. I'll substitute I value from equation number 1, that is BLV by R, and L will be as it is. So F will be equal to B square L square V by R. Let me call this equation as equation number 2. What is the relationship between power and force? Power is equal to force into velocity. We have studied this in first PUC. So force is given as B square L square V by R, and velocity remains as it is. So power will be equal to B square L square V square by R. Let me call this equation as equation number 3. So this is the power required for pushing the conductor. Now let us derive a small derivation for power dissipated as joule heat. Okay, so I'll be speaking about joule heat a little later on. So let us finish with the derivation. Okay, so power expression is given as I square R. Okay, joule heat. So what does joule heat say? Power is directly proportional to square of the current. We have derived I value. So from our equation number 1. Okay, so from our equation number 1, we can write P is equal to, I is nothing but BLV by R the whole square into R. So I can write this as B square L square V square by R square into R. R and square gets cancelled, so you get this as B square L square V square by R. Let me mark this equation number 4. So you can see that equation number 3 and equation number 4 are same. So I can write this as P is equal to Pg. So mechanical power is equal to joule heat. Okay. So what is basically happening is the mechanical energy is getting converted into electrical energy, and which in turn is getting converted into thermal energy. Okay. So energy is conserved, but it is getting converted into another form. This is law of conservation of energy. So what is this joule heat basically? When you have plugged your phone for charging, and after some time when you switch off and touch the charger, you can feel the warmth. Okay, so the charger is quite warm. So what is happening over here is power or the energy is dissipated in the form of heat. Whenever electric current or charge flows, there is dissipation of energy or power in the form of heat. Okay. Let us understand the relationship between charge flowing through a circuit and change in magnetic flux. From Faraday's law, we know that EMF is equal to rate of change of magnetic flux. Okay, let me mark this equation as equation number 1. If R is the resistance of the closed loop, then current is given by I is equal to epsilon by R. From the definition of current, we can write I is equal to dq by dt. So using these two equations, we can see left hand side we have I, therefore I can write dq by dt is equal to epsilon by R. Okay, or R dq by dt is equal to epsilon. So let me call this equation number 2. If you see, equation number 1 and equation number 2 has EMF term. So I can write R dq by dt is equal to rate of change of magnetic flux. So dt and dt I can cancel. I can write dq is equal to d phi b by r. Okay, so this is the relationship. Induced charge is equal to change in magnetic flux by resistance. In our previous video, we had done about motional EMF. Okay, and conclusion, we can see induced EMF or motional EMF is given as BLV. Now, we can prove the same using Lorentz force. Now, let us consider a charge Q on a conductor PQ. If this conductor PQ is moving with a speed v, this charge will also move with a speed v. If there are other charges present on the conductor, they will also move with a speed v. So using Lorentz force formula, the force on the conductor is given as F is equal to QVB. Okay. Now, work done. So what is work? Work is force into displacement. Force we have figured out as QVB. Now displacement. Displacement from P to Q is nothing but L. Okay. The relationship between EMF and work done is EMF is equal to work done per unit charge. Okay. So QVBL divided by Q. So induced EMF will be VBL. It's the same as that of our previous derivation. So even Lorentz proved that induced EMF is equal to. Now let us consider the conductor is stationary and placed in a varying magnetic field. Okay, so that means what? Velocity or speed will be 0 as the conductor is stationary. So F will be equal to Q into E. Okay, this means what? If there is any force on the charge, it arises due to electric field E alone. Okay. A time-varying magnetic field induces current or induces EMF. Therefore, we can say that electricity and magnetism are related. Faraday is a person who said that electricity and magnetism are related.